That in the studio with me now is John Raines, Deputy Head of Political Risk at IHS. Good to see you again, John. So the last time we spoke, you were describing the Republican convention as chaos. How would you describe the Democrat convention so far?
Modest chaos. It's really been interesting because if you look, there's been a dichotomy there because the speakers have been pretty much online, but the folks that are actually on the floor have been quite divergent, right? So we had a lot of Bernie Sanders people that have been booing some of the speakers. There's been some protest outside the convention hall. Overall, a little bit less chaos than Trump, but still a little bit chaotic.
But I mean, that is a big worry for Hillary Clinton because, I mean, you mentioned the booing. There's also tears from, all of those people who wanted Bernie Sanders. Right. So will they now heed his message to unite behind her?
Well, that's the big question, right? So it's like, is she able to kind of galvanize and coalesce her message around really a portion of her party that really feel very uncomfortable with her? And I think you saw that with some of the polls that have come out recently. Is she able to kind of pull that off in her message tonight? And is she able to do it going forward as we go through the campaign and in the debates?
Well, of course, I mean, Donald Trump labeling her crooked Hillary. Right. The bad thing for Hillary is that actually has some resonance amongst her own party, especially with, this email scandal, which has just been a big disaster.
And almost non-ending. We saw, of course, yesterday with some of the statements that Trump made as well, is how does she begin to actually get the trust of the American people and some of these disaffected Democrats, people, maybe Republicans that are on the fence, independents. Right now, she has a huge problem with trust. Is she able to kind of overcome that in her speech tonight,
On the plus side, she has had arguably some of the best speeches of either convention. I mean, Michelle Obama was just astonishing, and President Obama, and both the Obamas, pretty good speakers.
Right. I mean, they've hit it out of the park. So, I mean, we had one after the other after the other. Michelle Obama, of course, the best speech of the convention, of both conventions, probably on Monday night. We saw a good speech by Biden. Good speeches, of course, by President Obama and also Vice President Biden. So there's a lot out there that says that, this is going to be convincing. The question is, how does her speech line up in some of the people that, have come before? Right. She has a trouble sometimes, connecting. So the question is, can she do it tonight?
But she's got to do it tonight. So tonight is her big spotlight. For those of us outside the whole American political system, I mean, this has a long way to go. So what now? Now we're heading towards November.
Right, so we still have a while. So tonight, she's just got to show up, she's got to deliver the speech, and most importantly, she's got to be able to connect to the voters. Can she pull that off? And then after tonight, things begin to settle down. The polls will begin to settle down. We'll see how big a bounce she comes out of this convention. Does she take a lead over Trump? And then as we prepare ourselves for these debates, we can see major swings one direction or the other.
John, I'm sure you and I will be speaking about this again for many weeks to come. But for the moment, thank you very much indeed for that. John Raines there.